Guess what? Chapter 3 of TreeBard development is finished, which means what? Well, that means I just spent me 16,000 hours of my time, 6 years of my life making a TreeBard genealogy software so that I could use a genealogy program that I like, because I can't find me one anywhere. I can't buy one. I had to make one. So what's it look like? Let's double click this here. Treebard root 041.py. Treebard opens right up. And there you go. Let's go from the beginning, because you're going to have to get it off my website. And there is now what they call an exe file. So you double click, instead of being py here, it's going to be some sort of exe. All these files are going to be the same. These are the adjunct files, or whatever they call them. This here file, that instead of clicking this like that, which you would do if you wanted to, if you want to open it, you have to install Python first. I'm going to show you how to open TreeBard with the exe file, so you don't have to install Python in order to play with it. In case you're new, TreeBard has a purpose, a specific purpose. This is not a complete program for genealogists to use every day to put their data into a family tree database. TreeBard is a demonstration program that demonstrates some functionalities that I thought should exist in genealogy software. The intended audience for TreeBard is anybody that wants, but really specifically the intended audience is anybody who suspects that they could, should, would, or might create their own genealogy software because they think they know what features it should have, as opposed to the vendors who are out there selling genealogy software, but they don't know what features it should have. And, well, you know, different strokes for different folks, you know what I mean? I wasn't able to find any genealogy software that I liked, so I made my own. This is a working model for you to take and run with and do what you want with it. You are the creator. I'm finished. I spent 6 years of my life making TreeBard, and I'm happy about it. I'm proud of my work. I did a good job. It's written in Python, which is a slow language, slow running language, but it's a fast development language. In other words, it's easy to use, so I can make a lickety-split. It only took me 6 whole years to make the core of a working model of TreeBard, which is a showcase of functionalities for genieware, genealogy software. So all you got to do in order to create your genealogy software is one of two things. Either you keep working in Python and create more features, in which case you could conceivably start with exactly my code and just build on top of it. That's called forking the code, F-O-R-K. Or number 2 option is you translate from Python to the programming language of your choice, such as Delphi FMX, Delphi VCL, if you're interested only in having a Windows app. Delphi FMX will make an app that will work in Macintosh or Linux or what's that other one I was just talking about? Windows. Speaking of Windows, I got me another computer. I'm going to get off Windows. Jeepers creepers. But that's not the point. We're going to talk about that in some other movie. But I have my very own dedicated Linux computer sitting right over there gathering dust. I'm going to get that thing up and running. I already tested it. It works just fine. It's got Linux on it already. But let's get back to the point real quick before I forget what I was talking about, which was this. This is my website, treebard.com. Click here to get to treebard.exe. Now this is a movie. You can watch that if you want. This is a different movie. This is the start of a series on writing your own genealogy software, and this is where you click if you want to get the source code. In other words, that .py file I showed you, 041, Treebard root 041, and that if you get the source code, then you're going to install Python and you're going to double click that Treebard root 041 to open TreeBard. That's with the source code. If you know what source code is, I probably don't have to tell you anything else, so I'm going to just tell you how to get the exe. That's if you don't want to install Python, or if you're not a programmer, you don't know what source code is, that kind of stuff. There's not a lot of difference except that this exe file will have Python embedded in it somehow so that you don't have to install Python. You just copy this onto your computer, and I'm going to show you how to do that, because you'll have to unzip the file, which is super easy, and you could do it with your eyes closed. In fact, my dog could do it with her eyes closed, and that's pretty good. So I highly recommend that you go ahead and download this, and that's what you do. At treebard.com, download.html. Go right there and get that right now, because I'm going to show you how this works. And before I show you how Treebard works, I'm going to show you how to get it. Okay, I clicked that. It said click here. I clicked it. Okay, downloads. Well, I don't care where you put it. You put it anywhere except in Windows program files. This is a Windows program, but it's not an installation program. You don't install it. Today is August 8th, so I finished this 9 days ago or so approximately. So I'm going to download this zip file, .zip, to my desktop. You can put it anywhere you want, but don't put it in program files. Windows program files is for installation programs. This is a portable program. You can put this file or these files on a USB and take them anywhere you want and use them anywhere you want. You don't install it on anything. You just copy the files and go. All right, so let's save it on the desktop. Okay, it's on the desktop. Now, show you how to do this. Super easy and very much worth the effort. Okay, there it is. That's the executable 2020-07-4. Okay, right click, extract all. And we're going to extract it right here where it sits on the desktop. It only takes a few seconds. Okay, and then it opens up this. See, this is the Treebard executable that we just unzipped. And the unzipped version is going to show you this. I'll just double click, look inside this folder and see what we can see. This will run on a 32-bit computer or a 64-bit computer. Here's the famed exe file that I mentioned earlier. We're going to double click that. And Treebard is going to open after PC. I forgot the name of that company. Windows is the name of the company. Microsoft Windows. It always does a little squawking here and there. Well, you got to do this and you got to do that. And run anyway. Okay, because there is not a bad person hiding behind the tree. This is actually just a little old Python program. It's a pretty big Python program in my opinion. Big deal anyways. The prior tree was sample tree. Well, therefore, we can just click here, because if I click this big button with a tree on it, that's going to open the prior tree. But if I wanted to open some other, see, for example, I have a tree called Today 016. I could go like that. See how that's selected? And I could go open tree. But let's just open that like that. Okay, there it is, sample tree. In the sample tree, there's lots of people. There's a few, what you might call families, sort of. This main guy, number one, you see there's his name and his gender right there. Jeremiah is my main guy. And then he's got a wife, Ronnie. She's a girl, but maybe Ronnie's short for Veronica. We have to do some research to find out. It won't do us any good, though, because she's a fictional person, and that's a public domain photo. All my photos are public domain. Don't worry about that. Okay, so you go control-click, and you change the current person. The current person is shown right here, Ronnie Webb, female. She had a previous husband named James Woodland. He was no good used car salesman that deserted her. And if you want to edit his photo and say, put a border here, it says no good used car salesman that deserted his wife, you go edit. And then we put the photo, that puts the photo automatically over here on graphics. And then you could edit with these various different things. We're going to get to that. We're going to show you all the features of Treebard in this series. And at this point, I'm going to start my next movie because I'm going to try to keep them short, sweet, and innocent. What else? Not too cute, because I'm too old for that. I know I'm old, but I'm not old enough to be cute just yet, hopefully. All right, well, whatever. Yeah, you can do all kinds of stuff here, and we're going to get to it. We're going to get to it We're going to get to it. Oh, it's going to be fun. We've created a lot of new features. This doesn't do anything yet, or that. This does, this doesn't, and all these tabs down here do stuff. Amazing and wonderful stuff. TreeBard is full of functionalities now, and there's lots of stuff that you can do. You can create a new person. There you go. The mouse didn't work the first time. What kind of name, etc. So I'm going to end this movie, and I'm going to come right back and start showing you all the features of TreeBard one at a time. All right? And that's going to be fun. So I'll see you soon. Bye.